Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Listen. I just got out of the shower, you know what I'm saying? Pretty decent day. I was a little bit productive today, And like seriously, as I was coming back from, my productive day, I saw and I'm making this relevant. I saw and this is not normal, it's normal to see that, a possum, a dead possum in the street, right? So I'm like saying to myself, let me swerve around it, you know what I mean? But like about 4 or 5 vultures came down and they started like eating the possum. So I'm saying to myself, that's got to be like the nastiest thing that I've ever seen in my life. And then it just dawned on me like, wait a minute. We as human beings eat dead animals. The difference between those vultures and human beings is that we buy our meat package from a grocery store, we take it home, we either fry it or we bake it, and then we eat it. Well, for black folks, no pun intended, we clean our shit. And then we bake it or fry it, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there, But at the end of the day, what I realized is that when it comes to the North and the South, we have one thing in common. And that one thing in common, it resides specifically in the African American community. And that is, we have a poor diet, which leads to all types of ailments such as high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, the list goes on. You see what I'm saying? I remember when I used to live in the North, right? I used to eat like out every day. I'm not gonna even lie. My stepmom was Jamaican. She cooked one time, and it was on Sunday, right? But other than that, we was on our own from Monday through Saturday. And let my stepsisters tell a story. I ate Chinese food all the time. Now at the end of the day, I know that all I was eating was cat and dog. My favorite dishes were sesame, cat, and dog. I loved cat, egg foo young, and dog and broccoli with fried rice. That was my specialty. Straight up. And every now and then I'll throw in like 2 dog and cat egg rolls. That plain and simple. In other words, my eating habits were deplorable. They were horrible. You understand? I mean, I would go to the corner store, the local bodega, and I have me like a turkey sandwich, lettuce, tomatoes, and all the rest of that stuff. And I get me a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips and some Swedish fish. If I didn't feel like cooking, I'd give me some oodles and noodles, a can of soup. They didn't have any type of fresh produce or anything that was, whether it was vegetables or fruit, at the local bodega. They didn't. And forget about it when dealing with Pathmark and Key Food. I saw the big difference between the North and the South. When it came to fruits and vegetables, they don't get it twisted. Like in the South, we had more of an abundance of fresh fruit and vegetables because we have the farmers markets down here. You understand? You have local farmers down here, but they are far in between. You see what I'm saying? Because now in the South, this is the New South. The New South it consists of skyscrapers and paved roads and just living this sophisticated northern/southern life. But years ago, I remember I used to come down here. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to visit my grandmother, she would go to the strawberry patch and she would pick up fresh strawberries. Her next door neighbor right down the street, he would like get pigs and gun them and clean them and sell the meat. We have butchers, we have farmers. Now we don't have that. And there was a difference between the soul food that they were cooking years ago in comparison to now. And this is the reason why people in the South are dying 40, 50 years old, which is ridiculous. Whereas at one time, because I know some people would sit back and say, well, you know what? My grandmother, my grandfather, they lived to be 70, 80, 90 years old. Yeah, that's true. excuse me, let me continue. And they ate meat. They weren't no vegetarians. Yeah, that's true. It's because they properly cleaned their animals. They groomed, they fed their animals. They didn't put no herbicides and pesticides. They didn't inject all types of hormones inside their meat. They didn't do that. So this is the reason why they were living to be 70, 80, 90 years old. Because there was a difference in the meat that we're eating now in comparison to what the meat that they were eating back then. They were literally growing their food. Literally, whether it was vegetables, whether it was fruits, or whether it was calves, and growing them into mature cows, or chickens and pigs. And this is something that the North shunned. Because when black folks migrated to the North, they became what? Sophisticated. And to grow your own food or out of the dirt was beneath them. And now that same type of slave type mentality, because that's what I call it, is going on here. Now some people will say, well, how's the slave type mentality? Because the slaves grew their own food and da-da-da-da-da. You don't understand where I'm coming from. Slave type of mentality meaning dealing with capitalism, in which they want you to go to their grocery store to buy their food and not grow your own. See, when I go, let's say for example, I go to Harris Teeter and I get ragu sauce, and it says on the back of the bottle, the ingredients, I have to trust ragu, the brand, the name brand, that all of the things that they said that's in that as far as the ingredients, the label is in there. And there's no more or less than what it says on the back of that label. On the ingredients. I have to trust them. But at the end of the day, if I were to grow my own tomatoes and eventually make my own spaghetti, I trust myself. And this is the thing. This is crazy. Do y'all want me to go there? All right, I'm going to go there. Listen, you trust the weed man when he gives you some weed, right? You trust him. I'm just trying to understand this. You trust McDonald's that they ain't going to put no BS inside your food, even though all of that stuff that you eat from McDonald's is all processed and 90% of it ain't even real meat. But you trust them. Why can't you trust yourself? Why can't you get up off your lazy ass and start growing a garden? If you have like a small front yard or backyard. Now I know the HOA will be on your ass, so you got to take that in consideration. It's crazy. I understand. Like when I rent right now, so I can't grow no garden in the back of the yard because I don't own this house. But at the end of the day, if I own this and the HOA came around here, I call them the community police, because that's what they do. They drive around here and they like, yo, your grass ain't cut. Oh, your light is blown out in the front door and you need to fix this, fix that. Man, get out of here. But anyway, the HOA, you can't tell me if I own my own house, if I own this, I could do what I want to do with my property. That plain and simple. But for those that can, why don't you do it? You see what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just start like just getting pots and growing your own food or whatever? Listen, let me tell you something. I've attempted to do that, but I can't. It's crazy with me because I can't manage to stay in one place at a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to do that myself. But we definitely have to take care of one another, especially in a black community, because we're just dropping like flies. We're just like dying in, and it's like this whole mentality of, well, you gotta die from something. Yo, let me tell you something. My cousin had diabetes, right? I'll never forget it. She's 19, you know what I'm saying? We wilding out. This is in New York. We wilding, you know what I'm saying? Drinking, smoking, or whatever. Now taking heed, I don't have no diabetes. I don't have none of that stuff. So when I'm going out to the club and I'm wilding, I'm throwing up because I'm drinking too much or smoking blunts or whatever have you. Yeah, I may suffer some type of, problems or whatever have you, but we young. While on the other hand, my cousin, she throwing up. She got diabetes. She's not taking her insulin or whatever have you. She throwing up brown shit, right? So first, it was her teeth started falling out. Then after that, she got one of her toes chopped off. Then after that, she got 4 of her toes chopped off. And then after that, I'm making a point here. And after that, one of her, I think it was her left leg or her right leg, got amputated. And then after that, both of them got amputated. And then after that, she slipped into a diabetic coma, and she was on ICU on life support. And you know what her husband did? He made the final decision to take her off. Why? Because they had a life insurance policy out on her, and he collected that money. So that whole ideology of you have to die from something, I don't want to die like that. I don't want to die like that. Let me tell you something. I feel as though that I'm gonna live a long life, like Tupac was. I'm the same way, but opposite. You see what I'm saying? Tupac said, "I know I'm gonna die young." I'm saying I know I'm gonna die old, and I picture it, I envision it, and I think I'm gonna manifest that. I'm gonna be under a tree. It's gonna be by a beach, and my children are gonna be surrounded around me, as well as the youth. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell them what I need to tell them, and then after that, I'm gonna tell them like, "Yo, go down to the beach or whatever, because I'm about to pass away. I don't want y'all to see that." You understand? Because it may be kind of like ill to you, right? So the persons that's gonna handle my body, I'm gonna tell them, you know, stay behind so you can handle my body, whatever. They're gonna take my body, and I want them to do the tree thing. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Like, you could get buried, like, and your body could turn into a tree. You see what I'm saying? But that's how I want to die. And then, family comes around, and that tree right there symbolizes me, and that's growth. But I damn for sure don't want to die off of no high blood pressure, a heart attack, diabetes. I mean, the list goes on. And it's running rampant in our community, man. And nobody wants to talk about it. I'm telling you, this is my word. This is my word. I'm telling you, this is guaranteed. I bet you this video right here will get some of the lowest views that I've ever had. I bet you, because this is what I realized. If you want to talk about death and destruction, this is the reason why hip hop, our music that we created, our destructive music as of now that we created, sells like #1 sales. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody loves to listen to the demise of the black man and the black woman. That plain and simple. I'm telling you, if I was talking some dumb shit to you all, man, my views would be like, brrr. But the minute I start telling you all about health and how you supposed to do for self and care about you and your family and this and that and so forth, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Where the liquor at? Where the wine at? Where to get high at? And listen, let me tell you something. It's okay to have a good time. You're supposed to work hard and play hard, right? But at the end of the day, how are you going to be able to work hard and play hard if you're not here? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You can have all of the money in the world. Let me tell you something. I see a bunch of white dudes and some black dudes driving around here, brand new cars. I seen this white dude the other day, right? Had a convertible. I don't know what kind of Mercedes Benz it was. I know it was mad new though, right? He driving around, he got a silver head, he's all grayed up, you know what I'm saying, wrinkled up. And I don't have nothing against old people, because I'm gonna get old one day, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this guy can hardly get out of the car. I'm like, yo, you might as well dig yourself a grave. It's not gonna be me. I listened to this dude on Instagram, and he made perfect sense. He was like, the reason why older people have wrinkles is because of the fact that they're not drinking a sufficient amount of water. And what skin cells need is water, H2O. And if you're not giving your skin cells the proper water, or hydrating your skin cells, they're gonna be dehydrated. Thus, your skin is gonna dry out, and your skin cells are gonna die out. It made perfect sense to me. That's not gonna be me. I'm making sure I'm drinking water every day, and I'm gonna get back on my thing. You know what I'm saying? I used to drink like a gallon of water every day. Let me tell you something. I talk about you all, but yo, I'm not perfect either, and I never said that I was. But at least at the end of the day, if I'm gonna indulge, like take for example, I drink some wine or whatever have you, right? The next day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna drink some water, I'm gonna juice, and I'm gonna go to the gym. Some of you all ain't even balancing that shit out, and you wondering why you back the fuck up. What I mean by that is you ain't took a shit in like 3 years. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all some jewels. I'm gonna give you a jewel, right? If I haven't already, right? If you don't have a bowel movement, like say for example, if you ate an Oreo cookie for breakfast, right? If you're not like by lunchtime, if you're not shitting that out, you back the fuck up. That's guaranteed. I tell you, every time I use the bathroom, I'm defecating everything that I ate prior to what I recently ate. I'm taking dumps like 4 to 5 times a day. I'm dead serious. I'm still overweight. Only reason why is because I need to go on my detox. I need to definitely clean out my colon, my small and large intestines. This is crazy. Black people, yo, we gotta get it together, man. It's not funny, but it is funny. You know what I'm saying? North and south. You understand? Like, we'll go and get our car detailed inside and out, right? We'll go home and we'll take a shower and detail ourselves externally. Out the outer part, but never the inner part. Like, I always imagine this. This is the reason why I have filters, you know, for as my shower head filters, and I have a ionizer to, you know, alkaline my water, as well as getting the chlorine and all the rest of that stuff, iron, all of that stuff that has chemical, you know, because our faucet water has chemicals in it, out. But think about it like this. How many times have you, I'm making this relevant, how many times have you, if you own a house or if you stay in an apartment, how many times have you cleaned out your pipes? I'm talking about the pipes that your water runs through, that hits your body, that you wash your body with. How old are those pipes? So think about it like that. How many times have you cleaned out your internal organs, your liver, your kidneys, your small and large intestines, your heart? When? Your colon. When have you done that? And your woman walking around, man, I'm trying not to be as real as I normally am, you know, on my old chin. I'm trying to make this like PG-13, but man, I gotta say, you women wondering why you walking around here and you got a salmon lady in between your legs. Your salmon is swimming upstream and it don't smell good. If you got a douche, if you got to use Summer's Eve, you doing something wrong. Let me tell you something. Out of all the females that I ever dealt with in my life, I never dealt with a female that had the douche. Ever in my life. Ever. And never will I. If I go into your bathroom and I see Summer's Eve on the counter, I'm out. You don't even have to say, what done? No, I'm out. Because it's obvious what you're putting inside your body is what's making you stink. That plain and simple, man. We got to do better, Northerners. We got to do better, Southerners. We got to give up that soul food. We got to give up that eating out every day in the North. And for all you vegetarians out there, because I'm one of them, I do use meat substitutes. I use corn. Quorn. Use that every now and then. Gotta give it up. Because what we fail to realize is this. I'm telling you, y'all not really thinking like that, but this is real. I'm still addicted to chicken. You wanna know why? Because I still buy the corn like meatless chick patties. Or I'll chop those joints up and I'll make jerk chicken out of them. Why not just eat vegetables? You see what I'm saying? For those that are eating veggie bacon, veggie sausage, plant-based this, plant-based that, it's all bullshit. It's all made out of soy. And soy is genetically modified. And matter of fact, an overabundance of soy in men can create more estrogen. In other words, it could turn you into flame on. No COVID. He said flame on. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But listen, we need to take better care for ourselves, man. You know, man, I'm only here to help. You think I'm an asshole? It ain't nothing new. I've been called worse. Other than that, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video. Peace.